Hello friends, today is an auspicious day for all of HHFians because our mentor, our guide Dr. Milind Rao sir has been awarded with Lifetime Achievement Award by the Maharashtra Council of Homeopathy. And this video, this remedy, whatever today I'm doing, I'm going to dedicate it to our master. And this is the best gift that we can give him, learning and sharing homeopathy, studying, and just going on in this science. And I think this is the best way that I can celebrate today by making this video. And this remedy I had taken up in Thane session 2014, I think so. And that time I had presented around 6 to 8 cases of anacardium, and the people, there were few people who were really very disappointed with me because I went very fast in taking this remedy. The journey has been so fast. The PPT I had prepared and the matter, all that was collected, it was too much, too much, and I shared it all just in 1.5 hours. It was like a rapid fire. It was a very speedy lecture, as if I'm just running and I'm jumping, and there's no time that we have. And then later on, when sir got the feedbacks, I mean, the content was super, but then this feedback was that I was too fast for new people to grasp well, and that put me in tears. And I felt very bad that after putting in so much of efforts, also if it is not able to reach to people, if they are not able to grasp it, then I've not done my work well enough. And that's how I later on gradually started slowing down and seeing to it that every point goes across. So that was an experience, and so I was very happy for taking the content so well, gathering so much of content and putting it in organized manner. So that encouragement has led me up to here, and that's why I'm sharing this remedy with you all today. Anacardium is called as Anacardium orientale. Ana means without, Anacardium means heart. So it's a remedy, it's a person who's without a heart, you mean to say? No, we know anacardium for being hard hearted, cruel, violence. Okay, that is how we know it. It is also known as marking nut. Now, what is so remarkable about it? It is called as varnish tree also. Okay, the tree, sometimes I'm going to read out the PPT slides that I had prepared at that time, and we will go very slowly and gradually. It might take 4-5 videos also, but I'm not in a hurry anymore. So go slowly, understand the remedy, grasp it well, and apply it well. The tree sometimes is called ink tree because East Indians indelibly mark their linen with the blackish juice that is contained between the outer heart-shaped shell and the inner sweet kernel. So people of anacardium, they are sweet inside, but outer is not that sweet. Outer is hard, okay? Hence the name marking nut. Similar to the marking character of the nut, people who need anacardium somehow want to leave their mark. What kind of people would want to leave their mark? They are led by strong need to constantly prove themselves out of a great lack of self-confidence. Great lack of self-confidence inside, okay? They are sweet inside, but outside they show as if they are very strong, they are very powerful, they are very hard-hearted. So actually, and they appear to be with lot of ego. So that is why the egotism of anacardium is not the true ego. An egotism of anacardium is a pseudo ego. It is not a true ego. It is a pseudo ego. It is a cover to his inner lack of self confidence. Okay. Now, if you see positive side of anacardium, it is there in very good rubrics like affectionate, embraces his companions, his companions' hands. Okay, cheerful, foolish, mirth, foolish, They're intellectual people. They have studied a lot. They have gathered a lot of material. They have intellectualized a lot. Okay, clairaudient, clairvoyance. They can perceive well. They can listen to things which others don't listen. They can see things what others don't see. They are very intuitive people basically. They are passionate. If they love something, if they like something, they will go to a large extent to fulfill it, to complete it. Philosophy ability for, they are learned people, well educated, learned people. Comprehension easy, comprehension active, memory active for words, vivacious, they're full of energy. They are positive, it's there in positiveness, cares full of. They are there in mildness also. Alcoholism, bulimia nervosa, the extent to which they go on to do something, do complete a work, fulfill a relationship, they go to a large extent to do it. So what happens to these good people? It's a story of a good person, of a kind hearted person, of a soft spoken person, of a very intelligent person. That how it turns and how events come in his life and tear him apart, okay, and tear his heart apart, tear the soul apart, and that's how it becomes hard hearted. Anacardium individuals have an inner duality of good and evil. Inner duality, okay? They're described as having an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. And they just cannot make a decision. So they become indecisive over the period of time due to the circumstances. Which voice it is should they listen to? This reminds me personally on the fruit itself. When I look at a heart shape, it makes me think of two wings, each other with their ends. Okay, each wing is pointing to a different direction. Though the heart is the symbol for the innermost of an individual, the soul, and it is the soul that is torn apart. Soul is torn apart, whether I should do good or whether I should do bad. If he does bad, he feels bad. If he does good, he feels, no, I cannot be good because I just cannot be good and I have to prove myself. I am not like this. People don't understand my goodness and I will show that I am not good. Okay, that's the kind of conflict they are into. Leaving an irresolute person, evil, swearing, aggressive on one hand, and at the same time, from the bottom of their heart, they are kind people. Okay, so this is something very unique about anacardiums. I will narrate few cases, where you will see these two shades alternating and present at the same time also. So there was so I have given anacardium on very simple lines, on very similar lines also. In all cases, the similar parallel line is going on and on. So there was a tuition teacher, and I have given it to, I think, 3 or 4 teachers. One was a principal, one was a very strict tuition teacher, another was a very renowned tuition teacher. One was a retired professor from college. So, the intellect part you can see in these cases, that is very prominent. So what happened was this tuition teacher and the husband, so both had come for treatment, the teacher as well as her husband. So you can see if one partner is very strong or very aggressive, the other one is comparatively on a milder side. So that's how the couple seemed to me when they presented themselves. The wife seemed on top. Seemed on top means the gestures, the tone, the way they were looking at each other. And the husband was more submissive, very yielding. So the husband was a typical Cilicia husband who would just listen and do what he wants to do, but without reacting much. and without confronting and defending himself much. Okay, okay, Anacardium is saying, wife is saying, okay, fine, I'll do it. So that's how the combination was. And she had a problem of incontinence of urine. The urine would just flow out, and she would get very furious on herself. Her job was to sit at one place and teach many children, but because of this incontinence of urine, she had to just keep sitting at one place without even getting up, because if she moves or if she gets up, it would be very visible that her clothes become wet, or it becomes more smelly. So they go into such kind of conflict situations, whether they have to do good or whether they have to do bad, whether I should get up or whether I should sit down. And this kind of conflict you will see in their diseases also, where they don't give in to the disease also, where they don't give in into problems also, where they don't give in into problematic relationships also. They keep on struggling somehow. That kind of struggle you will see in anacardium problems, in their diseases also. So she had this problem since a very long time, and every time when she used to wet her clothes, she would get, the moment that incontinence would happen because of coughing or because of talking loudly, she would wet her clothes, and that would make her more irritable and furious. And she would feel that, when will this class get over, when will this batch get over and get out of my house, and I go inside and change my clothes or do whatever, pass my urine thoroughly. So that short tempered she would get. And I asked her, what do you feel like doing? She's like, I get so irritated with the children that why aren't they understanding? Why aren't they just getting this point clear that, they have to do it like this, they have to score marks like this, they have to complete the homework like this. So much of perfection they wanted. She wanted. But then, and then she would get very furious. She wants to hit her children. Although she cannot hit children, but she would throw the book, she would throw the pen around, because hitting children is not permissible anymore to the teachers. So that aggression used to remain inside her. It would come out on non-living objects. But that kind of conflict was always there. And she wanted that perfection in every aspect of her house, of her children, and everything. She was even very upset with the kind of working pattern in the school that she used to teach in. She was an ex school teacher, and she took VRS and started taking tuitions. So she would not like how the principal used to put pressure on the teachers of performing, on getting the work done and all that. And because of that, she took VRS, and then she became a tuition teacher. So they can't, if there is too much of pressure on a person to perform and do this and do that, so that is ailments from domination. That is the kind of domination anacardium goes through. And because of that domination, their heart gets torn apart, the soul gets torn apart, and they get that agitated. Okay. So initially, the natural feelings of tenderness, love and sympathy diminish, leaving behind a dullness, blankness, hardness of emotions and thoughts, emergence of cruelty. After constant shocks, disappointments, and hardships, they become insensitive. Their emotions are stilled, and they find that their stagnant emotions can only be, in a sense, revived by performing cruel acts. So, until unless I hit the child, he won't understand what he's supposed to do. So, earlier they're tender, but gradually they become aggressive. Their cruelty can almost be a source of joyfulness for them. So they become cruel, and they feel now the child is doing, and that makes them joyful. The lack of emotional liveliness, the hardness, represents significant pathology. It can be likened to a heart tumor, a tumor of the emotional body. So we will elaborate on this more in the next video. Do like, comment and subscribe to the video. Thank you very much.